So if you find this video this morning, remember to give it a big thumbs up. Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View, where you get your daily dose of Celtic FC news first thing in the morning. So in today's news we talk about the player that we signed yesterday, and what a deal it was to get a player that plays for South Korea, and he was at the World Cup, although he didn't play in the World Cup. We're going to talk about him in a minute. KIERAN TIERNEY faces Arsenal exit this summer. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about Aberdeen, purely for the fact that Liam Scales is up there. And we'll talk about Aberdeen, and they put out a statement last night. And if it was Celtic, the manager would be at the door. But and then we'll jump over to the comment section and see what you're saying in the comment section about yesterday's video. So what can I tell you about Oh? He basically went on to say yesterday, after 4 matches at the World Cup, he earned praise from coaches and teammates for his strong work ethic and his first team attitude. Even though he never actually made it onto the field, he was taken to the World Cup as a backup player in case of injuries. He went on to say Celtic yesterday, it's like a dream come true the moment that he signed for Celtic. He feels like he's on a movie set and he's really excited to be in the city, and he's looking forward to the upcoming days. Yes, he already trained on Friday, and yesterday with the team, he said, to be decked out in a Celtic kit, this is the moment I have dreamed of, and I'm really excited to perform in front of the fans and the stadium. One of my aims is to score a lot of goals. I also have ambitions of winning the league championship. You came to the right team for that, lads. Celtic boss Ange Postecoglou said he'd obviously been watching O for some time, and he was a striker that he really wanted. I think he'd be a great fit for our squad. He's young, he's talented, a striker with great attributes, and someone who's ready to take the next stage in his career. That's a key word in Ange's statement there. Take the next stage in his career. You can see the mindset of the gaffer in play there, and how he sees Celtic and players coming to Celtic and their journey, and it's obviously how he sees himself here on a longer term basis than people down south might actually think. So Celtic won their 52nd league last season. We're on to 53. It's getting close. Player that scored and won many a title with Celtic is obviously KIERAN TIERNEY. It's been mentioned that down south that KIERAN TIERNEY was tipped to be a future Arsenal captain, but last season and this season he's been plagued with injury. He was kind of plagued with injuries at Celtic as well, but he's been quoted as saying there's a growing expectation that KIERAN TIERNEY could move this summer if the right offer came in. All parties are thinking that this might happen. So looks like KIERAN TIERNEY, 25-year-old, might be leaving Arsenal this summer, and we wish him well wherever he goes in his next journey. Talking about football and football matters, you know, Aberdeen had that dreadful result the other night, and Aberdeen put out a statement last night, so we're going to talk slightly about that. We recognise that Monday's disastrous result in the Scottish Cup was totally unacceptable and added insult to injury. Now wait a minute, Stephen Glass got sacked for less, I'm sure, last year. Anyway, such poor result against Hearts, and then following a strong performance against the Zombies at Hampden. He's got beat. You know, Stuart Milne and co have basically said they're going to give him the next game. They said, this is the funny bit, right? It's that the players are behind the manager. So were the players not behind Brownie and co last term? Anyway, that's enough of Aberdeen. That's nonsense club. The lights have went out. The northern lights have went out, as they say. There's not much more Celtic news about this morning. Ange Postecoglou's response to Juranovic leaving. Some are saying that the O deal will not be confirmed until Michael Beale, the Sevco manager, has confirmed it. And on that note, let's go over to the comment section and see what they're saying on yesterday's video. Mr. M says, what I didn't like about Gigi, he never seemed to celebrate with his teammates when he bags a goal. He pushes the lads aside. He's not a team spirit or not a team player. I think that's probably one of the reasons Ange Postecoglou wanted him out the door and didn't put up too much a fight to keep the player. And is very much about being a team player and team squad. And I think that the Grumpy Greek, as I nicknamed him, he obviously seen that, and he sees things that we don't see on a daily basis, obviously on the pitch. Norman says, I hope Gigi likes plastic pitches week in, week out. That's with the news that he's going to America. The next one is John Quinn says, I like GG, best of luck to him. Oh, it's magic, you know, and Andrew Trust. And then Eddie went on to say, never watched the mainstream media news, especially for Celtic news. My preference is for guys like yourself to cut through the BS. James went on to say, appalling bit of business, absolutely appalling bit of business if true. And Something Today says Celtic are in with a shout of winning the Asian Cup. Oh, he's magic. Let's hope he settles. You know, for the money that we paid for him, and obviously sees something in the player that we will be able to sell him on, and he's young enough to sort of progress, get a good 2 or 3 years at the club. And it's just a good way that they're building the squad. We're just taking the squad to a totally different direction. A lot of people are maybe complaining about the fact that we're losing a lot of the Scottish players, or we're not buying Scottish players. Andrew obviously searches the market worldwide, and you can tell that by his signings. He knows the Asian market inside out. A lot of people will say that, you know, you've got the Asian Champions League and everything. Just because we don't see the football on a weekly basis doesn't mean to say it's a bad level. So on that note, have a great day, Celtic fans all around the world. Debate it out in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the